Okay, here we are. Sisters of the Mystical Tarot. And it's Val's turn today.
Yay!
So I had to put my thinking cap on. And everyone in the chat, thank you for joining us. We know you can be a lot of different places, so thank you for being here with us. And I'll just say hi to Gemma, Warrior, and Anna and Lois. Good to see you all, and I hope fun will end soon. Today, before we start on the topic, I just want to say hi to Aley and ask her what she's got going on her channel. Aley?
Well, let's see. Tomorrow, I'm going to be on with the astral travels again. You know, with
nice.
Diane and Diana and Paul. Yeah. And then I'm going to, on Friday, I'll be on with, well, I don't even know in the morning. At night, I'll be on with Marina. Oh, no, that's in 2 weeks, isn't it? No, yeah, it's not this week.
Don't scare me.
I'll be on with Val Bradshaw. That's right.
Oh, okay.
But I do have to say something, everybody, and that is that Val here, Klingenbeck, has been building my new website, and I'm so excited about it. It isn't really working yet. Let's put it that way. She's still doing work on it, but it will be up and running in a while. I just can't get too overwhelmed because the fall is like my worst time. Yes. So, yes, but I'm very excited about it. If you want
just let it rest until you're ready.
Until I'm ready.
It's it'll just snowball, and you'll have all these readings, and you'll have.
It's gorgeous.
I can't.
Val outdid herself with that.
Oh, thank you, Shari.
And same with Marina's channel. That website that she built.
Gorgeous. Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Anyway, thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, thank you. So thank you for that, Aley. It makes me happy because I have a lot of fun when I do it. Yeah. So Shari, what do you have coming up on your channel?
Let's see. Tomorrow night we got Golden Girls with Marina and Cleo and Judy, and Friday afternoon is Monthly Mysteries with Amy and Shari, where we do cold cases and stuff. We will be on Amy's channel, I hope, and hopefully everything goes through on her end because she's had some issues with that. Saturday, I'm doing a show with Nate on his channel. It's a pre-recorder. We do a deep dive once a month. And then I've got Civil Harmony coming on at 4 o'clock, and then Diana and Valerie coming on at 6 o'clock, and then the Slumber Party at 10 o'clock. So
we're never going to get a girl party. I don't understand.
Sunday I sleep.
Oh, okay.
And do laundry.
Thank you, Shari. And Marina, what do you have coming up on your channel?
Well, tomorrow I'll be on Val's channel for episode 147 of Messages for Lightworkers.
Yes.
Really looking forward to that. And then, Golden Girls will be on Shari's channel, so join us over there. And then on Friday at 5 Mountain, I'll be on Colleen the Cool Crone's channel for Cool Crone readings.
Yeah.
Saturday is booked with personal readings. Sunday is booked with personal readings.
That's fabulous. Wonderful news. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And for those of you who have sent me healing and all that, thank you, thank you, thank you. I sound worse than I feel. I do feel a whole lot better.
Good.
Yeah. It just sounds really, really bad, but it is helping. And I do want to mention, Hope Suzanne had mentioned when I first got sick to elderberry, black elderberry. Start taking it. Now, I did go and get some. I have been taking it. I haven't really noticed that much of an improvement. However, that is because I didn't take it. I didn't hear about it early enough.
Yes, right when you started to
Yeah.
feel.
When if you take it as soon as you feel any symptoms coming on, it works better. So anyway, that's what's.
So next year, could you please not get sick on your birthday? Because
I mean, that would be more
starting to become a tradition.
Yeah. Well, Chris and I are going to be celebrating on Sunday.
Good.
Also, I wanted to be able to enjoy the celebration and the cake, right?
Yeah,
right.
So, and this weekend coming up is Canadian Thanksgiving anyway, so that will be, we'll be able to.
2 birds, 1 stone.
2 birds, 1 stone. Exactly.
Thank goodness you're feeling.
It was like me the first summer after COVID hit, and I couldn't wait for my birthday. I had a coupon for a steak from Outback, and I had one of those little mini bottles of champagne. I was like, yeah, I got it through it this far, and then I'd be damned if I didn't get COVID like 2 days before my birthday. It was too sick to do anything.
Oh, sometimes that happens, but
Bernadette says, I'm in the same city as you, Marina. Hey.
Oh, yay.
Howdy. All righty. Fellow Calgarian. Yay.
Yeah. All right.
Oh my goodness. It's a small world.
It is.
So on my schedule, of course, tomorrow Messages for Lightworkers with Marina, and Friday as well with Marina on the Cool Crone Oracle. And then the Mystic 4 on Monday is coming up. Oh, Sunday, don't forget, I'm going to be on Sun Psychic Jean, 11:30 a.m. Pacific time for that. If you get up early. She is. She's fantastic. And so
Tuesdays, you reading Akash.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Yep. On your channel. Yep.
I am going to write this down right now.
I figured it wouldn't hurt to mention it. Yeah.
Yes, you are correct. I have that, Val. Gosh, Val. Okay, now everyone. So like and subscribe. Go to everyone's channels if you can. Leave 7 or more emojis, words, characters, whatever, not characters, words, emojis, you can count 7. For some reason that helps in the algorithms, and we really appreciate you doing that. Thank you so much for that. Today is a topic, it's kind of convoluted, but it isn't. It is about when we live in duality, we live in 2 worlds, and so that duality shows up in a lot of different ways. So I'm talking about living in division, living in that inner fracture between, when's the other shoe going to drop? Oh, what's that person doing to me? All these things are in your head, and you don't realize what that actually is, and what that's your fractured self, or your childhood shadow parts of showing up, creating that division inside of you, but it shows up outside of you as well. So the key is to realize that and stop it. So
it's easy for you to say.
So we're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about why someone would be in division instead of making the conscious choice to, which I kind of just alluded to just a few minutes ago, and why, what's the payoff of being like that, in that state, and what's the payoff from being in the state of undivided unity. You think of it like that, where you feel like everything is going your way. The universe has your back. Everyone's working to help you.
I'm afraid to blink when that happens.
Yeah, all of those things. So we're going to start off with with Aley about what does that look like, you know, in her world or around the people that she knows. What kind of things does that?
Yeah. I have a real good example. I probably have brought it up before, but it's always easier to see it in someone else than it is in yourself.
It is.
Anyway. But Keith and I were working at the storage place, and our district manager left not the building. He left the company, and we got this new gal, and she was extremely harsh, just a real harsh person. And she came in the first day, and she said, "My name's Michelle, and I just want you both to know that I don't see, I only see in black and white, and I don't see in any, and blah, blah, blah. And it either is or it isn't. And that's the way it's going to go." And so we're like, oh, great, and she wasn't she wasn't well educated anyway. But what was the real kicker was that further in the conversation, we were talking about something, and she said, "Oh, well, I'm colorblind." But she didn't mean it with her first. She was meaning everything is in black and white. She didn't mean she was colorblind.
She didn't mean it like
no. But she then told us she was colorblind.
She meant literally.
She didn't mean literally when the first time. She's just like, this is the way it is. You follow the rules.
Yeah, that's what we heard. Yeah, that's what.
Right. But then she tells us later she is colorblind. And I'm thinking, she manifested that sucker.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
You know? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely. Oh,
and both of us would shake our heads, and she was really she was horrible. She was a horrible manager, and she eventually got fired, not because of us, but she was horrible to everybody. But when that whole thing, it was like, oh my God, no wonder she's colorblind. Because she can't see more than black and white.
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
It is. It is a self-fulfilling prophecy. Absolutely.
Oh my God.
So for me, that was great to know. As far as I don't need to be doing that. I don't need to say something and then live that. So I try to remember that every time, because you have people that will say, "Well, I just will never ever get this," or I just will. I don't understand. And why, or when you're a kid, it's not yet. There's yes and no, and then there's maybe, right? Yeah. And when your mom says maybe, she usually means no. Is that not right?
Yeah.
So I always say
that's her just needing time to think of why she's saying
maybe
no.
means yes in my family.
I should have grown up with you.
Mom. Yeah. If it's your dad, that yes,
that's a no.
Yeah, that's right. But there's just one other thing I can remember, and I remember teaching William Blake's poems. Oh. William Blake was an English poet in the 18th or 19th century, and he was very deep. Oh my God, he would see his dead brother's ghost all the time, and he was also a painter. He was just really an interesting fellow. And one of his poems says that decide not to choose duality. And he said, unify. And so we Libras sometimes do that. We have that balance, but we really are wanting to unify. We don't want to have the balance go this way or the balance go this way.
You don't want to have these
right. We want to bring it together. We want to bring it together. And there is something about that. It's hard to be able to discern when you have such a strong opinion one way or the other.
Absolutely. And I love that.
Why does it have to be either up or down, in or out? Why can't it just be partial? You open the door partial, the window partial, I love the topic, Val.
That's really good. That's a beautiful example of manifesting from the negative. Because you say, oh, I don't want,
right.
You end up driving to San Francisco for 10 years. I'm just saying,
don't
tell the universe what you don't want, because it hears, oh, she wants to go to San Francisco.
That you really want it. That's correct.
So that's a beautiful example of that. Thank you, Aley.
Oh, sure.
So Shari, what's your experience with this, with the duality versus unity in one's own life, and how it shows up around you? Because that's your mindset, that's your credo, your belief system, your
Right. Yeah. The only time I've really felt a duality
yeah.
in my life has usually been depending on a certain job I have, where it's kind of mandatory that I keep my personal opinions to myself,
Mhm.
you know, and you don't talk religion, you don't talk politics, you don't talk, you know, whatever the main topic of the day is, you just don't get into any of that.
Mhm.
You stick to company line, or you know, whatever. Um, and then you get to be your real self when you're at home and with friends or with family, because they know who and what you are and where you're coming from. And so it's you live in that two different worlds. I always equate it with my telephone voice. I have my work telephone voice that when I answer the phone at work or something, the way I talk on the phone, and anybody that knows me, if they hear me, they're like, that doesn't sound like you at all. I'm like, no, that's my telephone voice. As opposed to when I'm at home and I'm just like, hey, yeah, what you want? You know, that kind of thing. So with my life, I think a lot of it's like I've always had jobs where, I mean, I've had a few jobs where they didn't really give a crap what you believed in or worshiped or whatever. You know, talk about whatever you want to talk about. But uh, I've had a few jobs, including the current one, where you have to be very careful what you say in the workplace, you know, because I mean, for whatever reason. Currently, it's because I work for the state, and our state is very, very red, and I'm very, very blue. And if I don't want to get fired, I keep my mouth shut, you know, and it's like when I'm on my time, that's my time. Y'all can go blow.
Yeah.
I'm going to say what I want to say. But when I'm on the job, then I'm very particular about expressing my opinion or my beliefs in things. There's like a couple of people that we'll have discussions because they kind of see things the same way I see things, and we'll kind of vent at each other. But other than that, I don't, you know, I don't just discuss the woo woo stuff or the political stuff or anything like that, because I'm in the vast minority with that. And so it's like I just keep my opinions to myself and just I don't go there. Although I did discover this past week that evidently there's quite a few people at work that watch my videos. One of the guys let it slip. Oh yeah, we watch them upstairs sometimes, and I'm like, excuse me? And he's like, yeah. We'll watch, you know, you do your little lunchtime stuff and some of the other things. He says, and you know, some of us like totally disagree with what you're saying, but some of us totally do agree with what you're saying, you know, and it just he's like, it's interesting. And I'm like, okay. So that guy was like weird because I didn't think anybody really cared or really looked at it, you know. I mean, and there's not that many people I've told that I do this online, you know. So it was like I never really thought about what they would say if they watched my videos. I never had that concept in my brain. It's like I kind of shut that off, like, well, that's not going to happen, and and then now I found out, yeah, it does happen. So it was a little unnerving the first couple of days after I found that out, to go in and do a show, because suddenly I was self-conscious about who's watching, you know, and what if I say something that they feel is so out of bounds that they're going to report me to whoever. I mean, I don't know, the grand poobah of the grand dragon or whatever the hell they call them. And so I had to literally have a talk with myself and say, you know what? You are who you are. You believe what you believe. You just speak your truth. If they don't like it, they don't have to watch. And
That's right.
you know, and that's what I had to battle that out over the weekend last weekend. And then I woke up Monday with this damn head cold crap, and I've been dealing with it ever since. So I'm almost as bad as Marina in the coughing. I was up all night last night coughing and blowing.
That's why they're down below. Val and
Yes.
I.
So we don't drip on them, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, I slept most of the day because I was literally up all night long. I was just like, I was totally wiped when it was time to go to work this morning.
It'll
I was just,
exhaust you. I mean,
yeah. I was just like, I can't
Yeah.
do this.
Yeah.
I was just so tired. It took everything I had just to get up and send an email.
Yeah.
And say, okay, I can't make it today. And then I went right back to bed. And that's where I stayed all day long until the pharmacy opened. And then I went and grabbed some medicine and came back, went back to bed. And so that's where I've spent my day. But, and I don't like feeling sick. I'm like Marina, it's like, hurry up, be done with this crap. I got stuff to do. But the duality, yeah, it's, I guess I've been lucky in a sense that most of my life, the way my mother raised me and my brother was to always just walk in our truth of what we felt and what we believe, and don't apologize for it, is how she kind of raised us to be. And so I never really had to think about it until I became an adult and went to work in certain jobs where you had to have that line drawn. And and I've never really thought about it until you posed the question to us. It was like, looking back, I was like, wow, yeah, I guess I have had to do that quite a bit. Just didn't realize it. And I'll be glad when we don't have to be like that anymore. You know? When we can just be who we are and not worry about it. So.
Okay, thank you, Shari, for that. And Marina, what have you?
Well,
subject.
I think that when I can reflect on it, I never realized that the process that I went through, but it was a process. And it, as Aley said, as a Libra, balance. And, taking all things into consideration and whatnot. That was really, really important. And along the way, I realized that the part of the duality was, yes, trying to see things from every angle and realizing that no matter how hard I tried, I was never going to get the full picture because things can change. So as soon as I was able to give up the expectation of, being able to bring everything together in a nice little package, and just said, okay, you know what? I have faith that whatever is going to happen is going to happen. And I have faith that I'm going to have the tools to deal with it. So I don't have to struggle with making a decision or looking at, 28 different points of view. I just have to be present in the moment, make the best decision I can with the information that I have now, and leave the rest. Right. And, go with it however it shows up.
Yeah.
That was it was freeing in that I no longer felt constrained. I no longer felt like I was judging myself because, well, you didn't make the right decision.
Because you have some standards, preconceived standards that start coming into play. Yes.
Yeah. It's a duality. I mean, it's just like
from the
I'm a Gemini, so you come in.
Yeah.
It's like getting
the twins, so it's that duality. Yeah, it's trying to make that balance.
But it's how you were raised, what your reset construct is about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and the different beliefs that that go along with that. That excuse me, it's you need to think about what it is that you're going to do, and you need to make the right decision. There is never really a right decision. You know, it's like when people say, well, you know, when is the right time to get married? I don't know. It depends, you know, when
it's all variables
Right.
based on whatever.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. When is the right time to start a family, the right time to get into a mortgage? Those are all things that, you know, can change on a moment's notice, and can change with your personal history, your family history, whatever. So letting go of that, the expectation to make that decision,
Right.
it just feels so much freer,
It is.
so much nicer.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
so much freer. Yeah, for sure. And so when I kind of got this subject, this topic, thank you, Marina, for this sisters show. I really wanted to look at what it is in our lives that makes us hang on to those old preconceived notions of this has to be this way, that it's just the same story as the roast that that had to be cut, the ham that had to be cut because of the pan, but nobody knew why. It's the same thing as that. And so going through life thinking, oh, they didn't cross themselves or, you know, whatever it is. Everybody has their own. I'm not, you know, trying to stir anything up. I'm just giving you constructs in societal norms and ideas that aren't based on really anything that is going to move us toward enlightenment. We'll say it like that.
Yeah.
So inside of every dualistic situation, all those dialectic thinking ideas that we got growing up, for instance, that separated us from everyone else because, well, Sally Mae's dad doesn't mow her lawn on Sunday.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's when you should be mowing your lawn. I mean, let's just take it down to that basic level.
Yeah.
It's you start to call people out of your it's just like an ancient in Victorian England, you had to show up and have all these social norms and niceties, or you got cut out of the ton. You know, if you didn't.
That's right.
Yeah. So those who dance to a different drummer or hear their own individuality call out, who don't subscribe to those social niceties and all those constructs, even though people tried to teach them those things, those are the people that are miles ahead because they don't have to fight all of that. They're going along just fine. They're not in a dualistic state. They're more in the neutral. I'm just doing my own thing, reading things I love. I'm getting excited about life. I'm going along. Who has more joy? The person who is who's defined saying, oh, that guy isn't mowing his lawn on Sunday. Oh, that person didn't do this, that, or the other thing, and making judgments about others based on what your preconceived ideas are about societal norms. Does that make you happy?
Yeah. And it's not hurting anybody.
Yeah.
If you change it,
it's kind of a hereditary. You know, what is the tradition in your family?
That's the shadow side, those dialectic thinking kind of concepts that you have to break out of. And you're not, who's happier? The person who is happy-go-lucky and doesn't take societal norms into account to judge everyone around them and themselves. Yeah, it's the person who is an independent thinker who doesn't subscribe to all those constructs. Free thinking, like Marina said, I have something show up and I make in that moment, based on what is around me, I make a determination. That is you're not making it based on this social norm construct, that
Right,
this
right.
little box, that
Making it a woke decision is what you're
yeah,
doing.
Yeah.
yes, Aley.
Yeah, rather
Yeah.
than thinking about,
That's
well,
where-
if I decide this, what will they think?
Yes,
Right.
Take
that is
the
a big
they
one.
out of the equation.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
doesn't matter what
Yeah.
they think.
It's a-
Exactly. That's where I was so lucky with my mom, because my mother was so outside the box of being her own person. I mean, she was the black sheep of the family in a lot of respects, because she didn't cotton to any of the norms or the way women back in the 60s and the 70s were
Yes.
supposed to behave.
Mhm.
She was the opposite. And she raised my brother and I both with, you know, we all put our pants on one leg at a time. You're no better than the next person. They're no better than you. And I think because of that, I never even really thought of that construct of having
right.
dual natures.
Wasn't in your
It wasn't in my lexicon. I mean, the closest thing I can think of to that set thing that you do because you do it is turkey for Thanksgiving, roast beef for Christmas, and ham for Easter. And that's about the only thing that ever got passed down, that this is how it must be. Because that's the way my mother did it. That's the way my grandmother did it. That's the way my great grandmother did it. That's the way my great great grandmother did it, you know. And so it was it last year or year before last? It was so freeing to be like, yeah, if you want to eat, fix it yourself. And I think we had pizza, you know. I mean, it's just like, I'm not cooking, I'm not doing it. And it was very freeing in knowing that I could have gotten up and done all the cooking and that would have been fine and my family would have been happy. But the fact that I didn't feel like doing it, it wasn't like this big deal. Everybody was like, oh, okay, well, we'll order pizza, you know, whatever. I mean,
Yeah, the
Right.
world
Yeah.
did not split in two,
Word.
and nobody
Right.
fell into the abyss and died.
exactly,
Right.
exactly.
Therefore, it takes pressure off of you
Yes.
Right.
when
Yeah.
you don't have to follow some preconceived rules.
Mhm.
You are free.
Yeah.
But really, thank you, Shari. So clarity and everyday understanding, separated versus whole. Your separated self versus your whole self. You're fragmented versus you're aligned. So when you're fragmented, that's you with all these pieces saying, oh, it has to be this way, this way, this way, this way, this way. And when you're aligned, everything is just perfect as it shows up.
That's
So
when you need to run that deep frag
you
thing
do.
on there.
It's true, Shari. You need to run the defrag on the computer right here.
That's right.
So you got your disconnected and you're integrated. So what am I? Disconnected. I got all these parts and pieces and I haven't called them back together from the childhood, from the whenever, and coalesce them into the now and align it and integrate it into this computer system. And when it's integrated, it's defragged. And so now you're whole again. So it's really being at odds versus being at peace. So you've got these parts and pieces that say all this stuff has to align. Man, that's tiring.
Well, that's why we're so tired, because that's the culture is completely fragmented. It's completely dualistic.
Yes.
And all of us are like, everything was okay. It wasn't perfect, but everything was okay. And now we got to deal with it in our own self.
Now
And
we're in
with
chaos.
Correct. That is absolutely true, Aley. In our own self and the outside world, because they always say the micro is in the macro, blah, blah. You're out.
That's correct.
Yes. So it is.
So below. Yeah.
It's the mirror. Yeah. As above, so below. So conflicted versus centered, being centered, balanced, and in alignment, being in that neutral space. It doesn't mean you don't care. It doesn't mean you can't have passion about things. It just means you aren't going to be pulled to this side of the scale or that side of the scale, but you're going to be in that center place where you're just going to do your own thing and enjoy yourself. So in that energetic and spiritual language of duality versus unity, there is really, like I said, the fractured self or the unified self. And how do you do that? It's splitting your energy up in all those components and boxes, and or else the coherent energy, pulling it all back in. And really another way to say it is resistance versus flow, shadow state versus harmonized light.
Right.
Why would you not choose, knowing all this, choose to be in that conscious state of let go of all your preconceived ideas and notions.
Yeah.
Just drop them like luggage, very heavy luggage, and drop them behind you and stand here now like a new person, like the fool on the tarot journey.
Yes.
Fresh, no
Go with
baggage.
the flow.
Go with the flow. Because
I think
really,
it's because people fear that what will they have? It's like when
it's
you've got
their identity. Somehow,
Yeah.
Aley, don't you think taking that on as some of their construct become their
it's like
identity?
being married to an abuser, but you don't leave them because you don't think you can be with anybody else if they don't abuse you. Yeah.
Yes.
It's like that.
It's like that.
Especially if you grew up in that kind of household where you had one parent that abused the other.
Yeah.
And so that's the only model you've ever known.
So you grow up to picture the husband
Grow up to either become an abuser or to become the victim of an abuser.
because it's your archetype.
That's all you know. Yeah. I mean, and I've seen people come apart at the seams because they couldn't find a turkey for Thanksgiving or a roast beef for Christmas, or, I mean, it's like
pizza,
the end of the world.
We've done pizza, we've done spaghetti, we've done
got chicken in the damn freezer. That's like the cousin to the turkey. It's the same damn thing. Eat the chicken. But it's I mean, it doesn't.
You can change it up, and it's not going to break the world.
Exactly.
Then there's the heart-centered or soul-based expression, the closed heart versus the open heart. Your self against versus self with. I don't even know what they mean about that. I think that's the same thing as I was talking about. You expect something, the other shoe to drop, and you talk badly to yourself in your mind script. You have all these negative things, and the fear state versus the love state.
And it's real easy to beat yourself up when it's not necessary.
So here's the thing. Why would you choose to be undivided? It drains the life force, while unity restores the life force. It is because undivided is really undivided is undivided is being free, and your undivided heart is the key to all creation. So in other words, your unity consciousness, your unity heart, your oneness is the key to your joyfulness. So being in the present moment, leaving all that baggage behind about you should do this, you should do those shoulds, would, coulds are all traps.
They are. They're meant to lure you in, just like some other organizations do.
Exactly, right? Just like some organizations do. That's how they lure you with the hooks, right?
Yeah.
And so if you choose unity or undividedness, you are not denying your human experience. You are embracing it as sacred. You are becoming the living embodiment of the one light refracted through the prism of many lifetimes, no longer split but whole. From wholeness, miracles become natural and normal. They've just become normal because you see them. You're primed for the experience. It's just like being grateful every day for everything. It's the same kind of thing. You're going to look at the glass half full, not half empty. But energetically, duality is a tug of war vibration. Who needs that? I don't know about you guys, but I'm
I
gonna.
get tired of pulling that damn rope. I mean,
Yeah,
you
I
know,
mean, who wants to tow all that luggage behind you?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff I could cut out of my idea of what I think I have to do.
Right.
No, you don't have to have turkey on Thanksgiving. You don't have to,
No.
you don't have to do a lot of things. It's not going to make your world one thing or the other. It's still going to spin around every.
Yeah. What do the other people in the world do who do not celebrate Thanksgiving?
Yes, exactly.
What do they
eat
have?
normal food on that day.
You know? So I mean, yeah, there's Thanksgiving was something that that we had to get used to, because coming from Europe, we didn't celebrate Thanksgiving.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? We didn't celebrate Halloween. It was
anything to be thankful for, to be scared about.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm
the
joking.
very first Halloween in Canada, my sister and I kind of looked at each other because why are all these people, what are they doing? Look, all the kids are dressed up and they're knocking on our door and they're saying something. What do they want? And
yeah, it's kind of weird, isn't it?
Yeah,
it is kind of weird. And
but as a kid, I thought, oh man, I like this game.
Yes. Yeah.
it is.
I go to someone's house and I knock on the door and they give me candy.
Yeah, I can't. That's a win-win, baby.
Let me get a bigger bag.
Yeah.
Can you imagine then what people would feel, because death is so not talked about. Oh, don't talk about. But the Day of the Dead being celebrated in Mexico.
Yes.
And people like, we go down the cemetery and and we do this and that. And it's like, oh, why would you do that? But it's
see, that's a really big thing that we do down here because of the Catholic religion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to say though, I am a weirdo because I think going to graveyards. Of course, I have gone in the day, not at night.
I like going to
and read
graveyards.
the great headstones of old graveyards.
Yes. And it's quiet.
I don't like that. That is good.
They're like you knew who that person was.
Yeah.
After
And,
reading their
don't
headstone.
hang out at the graveyard. People are off doing it.
And
they're off doing whatever.
Big thing for me is, and I think I've mentioned this before, no matter what you do, no matter what you decide, there is always going to be one person who is going to be against everything you believe in, you think, you say, whatever. I'm not going to live my life based on that person.
You can't. Oh my God. That would be that'd be a downer.
Thank you for your opinion. Thank you for sharing it with me. Now,
Yeah, exactly. Because there are people around you that are going to point the finger at you for whatever it is.
Always, no matter what you do.
Just depending on your parade. That's what it is. Yeah. It's like, I'm just going to bring you down. Debbie Downer on SNL.
Some people don't find contentment or happiness unless they can bring those around them down to a level lower than they are.
Yeah.
It's like they cannot experience joy or happiness without either making fun or bringing others down.
That's true, Shari. And you know what? They're not even accessing joy and happiness, but they're feeling puffed. Their ego puffs up because they put somebody down lower than them. But that is a false sense of elation or power. It's a false sense of power in that situation. It's not real. And that's why they have to keep doing it to keep feeling enough.
Yeah.
So it's better if we're just enough how we show up.
Yeah.
Without any of that silly stuff going back and forth.
Take me or leave me, warts and all. I mean.
And you know what? If you say take me or leave me, just how I show up, you don't have to effort at anything.
Yeah.
You're just going to
Yeah.
show up how
They
you
either
are.
understand you and like you, or they don't understand you and don't like you. And you know what? They'll find someone they do understand.
Yeah,
and like.
it's not your
Everyone else
problem.
Yeah, right.
It isn't your problem at all.
Yeah. Like somebody said, your opinion of me is none of my business.
That's right.
That's
Alice
true.
Roosevelt said
Right.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's absolutely
Right.
true.
Yeah.
Because that would, when you start looking at other people's opinions to rate yourself,
Yes.
you're going to find yourself an unhappy camper.
Exactly.
Sure.
Yeah.
Go
Black.
here. This is where you go to feel good about yourself. So
I saw a meme the other day that said, after Monday and Tuesday, even the rest of the week says WTF.
Yes. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
It's like, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, geez. So I have to say, some people are having fun in the chat.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I've been checking it. We have
Listen, I
Jesus
used to
here.
have a dark room in my closet years ago,
Yes.
and I went to cemeteries with a photographer, boyfriend of mine, and we used infrared film and took pictures.
They've
Wow.
got amazing
Oh, I bet
pictures.
you did get some.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
My son, we had a storm blow in. I think it was last weekend before last, just kind of showed up all at once, and he was outside filming, with his phone. And just like, wow, look at me. He's like, 10 minutes ago, it was a blue sky, and now it's black and thunder and lightning, this and that. And when I went back and watched the video that we posted online, there were these very strong light orbs that were like shooting around. And I had several people mention to me who watched the video, like,
Yep.
did you notice the orbs? And I'm like, we didn't see them when we were filming.
No,
was
sometimes
watch
you can't, only the
replay.
camera can see
Yeah.
them. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, they were just really
Wow.
bright and intense and just kind of whipping around. I was like, wow, that's really cool.
That is cool. Next time I have one, we just had a storm like that, Shari, where the sky where it was sunshiny and bright and sunny, and then it got black. And it rained so hard and the wind blew so crazy like a hurricane, and then it stopped. And I should have gone out there. Next time I'll go out with a camera.
Yeah. There you go. I mean, we're used to it down here because that's Gulf storms. You had this stuff coming
That
in
was
from
weird for
planes.
us.
You have it coming up from the Gulf. And I mean, literally, it's like you walk outside and it's a bright blue sky and you're thinking, oh, cool, a great afternoon. And 10 minutes later, you go outside and there's like black clouds and lightning. And you're thinking, what the hell happened? When did they,
But when the storm died out, like 15 minutes later, the sky was blue again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, wow. Was that a spiritual event? I should have been.
Well, so then we have them all the time down here because that's like a normal day down here.
I did finally capture orbs in my meditation room. I said to my husband, I said, isn't that, it looked like a layer of white smoke or fog just coming down from the ceiling in my meditation room. And I said to my husband, he said, oh, you mean that fog?
Yeah.
I said, yeah. So he saw it, I saw it. And then I took pictures and I caught the orbs on the wall. And then they moved down to where my meditation chair is. And that's the first time I've ever caught orbs. But
we had Alice Leong's has orbs in her spare room.
Oh yeah, she does. He's shown them to me.
She put them up, and we had them on the Dream Show last night.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
They are amazing.
Yeah, it was amazing.
It is cool. It is really cool. And I just wish somebody'd do some orb education so we can really understand. There's a lot of people who say what the different colors of the orbs are and mean, but I've got a feeling it's so much more complex than that. So, and they say that you can actually step out of the orb and be a full manifestation of whomever, ETs, guides, angels. It is your light body vehicle, or think of it like
But
that.
that's like, I think it was last year when Scott Scorpio Sun Tarot was doing a video, and Sun Psychic Jean is the one that caught it when she watched the replay.
Oh, you get the
where you
angel.
see this like angel orb come out of the wall, come around, fly into him,
It did.
and then come back out on the other side of him after a minute or so. And it was like, I didn't see it at all until she pointed it out. And then when I sat and watched it closely, I was like, holy smoke.
Yeah, I watched it.
Phenomenal. I mean,
it's pretty cool. It was pretty cool. And it really was either an elemental, a guide, or angel. It was some spiritual entity. The shape, you could see it. And it actually did fly in and then come out of him. Yeah. From the back, from behind him.
Yeah.
It was quite remarkable.
It was.
Oh, that is fabulous.
It was. I love these things getting caught on camera, but I think more and more things are going to be caught, and I have to try and remember, get a video of it or take a picture.
Well, as our telephone cameras get more and more refined and powerful, and the ability of the app in the phone of being able to zoom and back and this and that. And I mean, these kids grow up with these things as a third appendage in their hand, you know. I mean, I've watched kids be walking down the street and they can whip that phone out and be taking videos
and I'm like,
while eating and walking and I'm like, I'm still trying to get the damn phone out of my pocket. You know? So,
it's like in their hand all the time, and they're just, and they can do it one-handed. And I'm like, I can't make that happen.
Yeah, it takes two hands for me to do my phone. So.
You know what? The side clicker is also a picture snapper. So that's how they can actually do that too. It's not just a button.
Right. Yeah, it's just wild to watch them, and it's like, and as the technology on the phones and stuff get clearer and clearer, I think we're going to start catching more and more.
I think we are.
Of the esoteric and the scientific, you know, that we know is there, but we don't have any way to prove it. And I think as our own equipment, just normal day-to-day people get more refined, the more we're going to be able to show evidence of this stuff.
I think so.
Because now you've got people whipping out phones and stuff all over the place and taking pictures. And you see all kinds of things that nobody would have ever noticed or known was there, you know.
Exactly. And I think you're right about that, Shari. I think we are going to see a lot more things, and we're going to have a lot more things to take pictures of. And the qualities of the cameras on the smartphones are so good. It's ridiculous. Nobody carries a camera anymore on vacation because they can just use their smartphone.
Exactly.
Exactly. I mean, and the more refined and improved that becomes, and the more that becomes just a normal way of being. Personally, I think that's kind of what the ETs are waiting on, is for us to get to the point that we're so blasé about okay, and just walk away from it. That's kind of what they're waiting for to make their grand entrance, is for us to get to the level that people aren't freaking the hell out when they do make their grand entrance. You know, I mean.
Oh, here's Anya, who says, I took a few photos of a field of orbs in my front yard a few years ago, identical, and each one had a large black pupil in it. Felt like they were viewing from a distance, and orbs were vehicles. Absolutely.
There you go.
Absolutely. They are vehicles. And Barbara says, Terry at Holding Your Space has a blue light that changes shape from day to day.
Sybil Harmony. She's got a purple glow light.
She does.
She's talking, it's just there.
Amethyst or something. Amethyst color. Yeah, she's talked about that. And artist Liz says, I see a lot from Marianne at Revealing Light Tarot.
Oh, God, she's got all over the place.
He has tons, for sure. And, And artist Liz.
What's her name?
I've seen Alien several times.
Oh.
What? I love that. I just talk to them. I don't see them. I have gotten visions of them.
It's
But
like Kim from Intuit View.
yeah, the orbs.
You sit and watch her, and there are like orbs all over the place. It's like I don't know how you don't see them. There are so many, you know, and
all over.
she doesn't see anything when she's filming, but when she's done and afterwards, then
Yeah.
you know, and she's seen them, has filmed. I heard her talking about it one time. She saw them like coming through the ceiling and down into her husband and just like all around him, and then they'll go back up or something. And
Yeah.
he's like, he's got in the chair, doesn't even. And I'm like, you know, that's
Artist Liz. Wait. Yes, I have seen. Yes, she's seen the aliens. Even Sterling told me I've been abducted a couple of times. Wow. Okay, you just gave me the full body chills, Artist Liz.
Yeah.
So yeah, we probably, a lot of us have that interaction.
I've seen lights in the sky, but I've never seen an actual
that we
ET I'm aware of.
know, because we could be when we go to sleep at night, we could have that connection.
Right.
For sure.
I remember being told that if you talk about it a lot,
it is. Yeah.
Then they will come to you.
Yeah, I think they know deep down if you're afraid or not. And I think if they really feel like you're curious and want to know more, and you're not afraid of them, that's when they'll come. Because I don't think they want to make anybody live in fear or you know, freak them out. You know, that's not their purpose.
They don't want to be feared. They don't want to be feared. You know, it's history and certain people who have made us believe that aliens are something that they're coming down here to kill us. Listen, if they wanted to kill us, they could have done it thousands of years.
Done it a thousand
times over, and then some.
They wouldn't have invented us. They would, they're our progenitors. So let's just say they used DNA to create us. In that way, we are all family.
Yeah,
absolutely. And I'm sure
we all come from stardust in some way, shape, or form.
In many lifetimes, Shari, we've been different ET races anyway. So everyone, thank you so much for joining us today. We enjoyed the conversation, and all of you in the chat and everything that you shared with us made it so much better. And I appreciate my co-hosts, Aley from Heart and Soul Connected, Shari from Voices from the Swamp, and Marina from Heart Centered Tarot. All of you, please go like and subscribe to every single one of these lovely ladies' channels and leave comments on their videos because it helps. It really helps to get out there further and reach a wider audience. So thank you all for joining us today.
Plus, it makes us feel better.
It does.
I mean, I can be in a kind of a crappy mood, and suddenly I'll get 2 or 3 messages from somebody saying, "Thank you for the affirmation today. Oh my God, that's just what I needed to hear." And it's like my whole day changes in that moment. It's like, okay.
Sharing the love. Sharing the love. So everyone, thank you so much.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.